but I want to focus on the book value because I promised that I would talk about that. Airbnb, this is the value of the company's assets minus claims senior to common equity. So let me repeat that. This is the value of a company's assets minus, if you take away any claims that are senior to common equity. And common equity generally represents common stock. If you buy stock, more than likely you're buying common stock. And so you take in the value of all the company's assets, which includes cash, which if they own buildings, if they own Airbnb wouldn't own planes, but if they own planes, the value of all of their assets, their cash deposits, their cash equivalents, that if they own treasury stocks, that's where they keep their money, and U.S. treasuries, if they own materials. If you take away the value of the company's, you take the company's assets and take away the value of the common equity, that will give you the book value. And I keep repeating that because I want that to sink into your head. That's a real good statistic to look at. It's not one that I talk about often, but it's one of my favorite because book value really gets into stock valuation. And this is how people like Warren Buffett or other great value investors like Benjamin Graham, this is how they look at stocks. They like to take the value of the company and then see if the stock price matches the value. And if the stock price is lower than the value of the book value of the company or their valuation of the company through different methods, then they would say the stock is a buy, because Benjamin Graham and one of his students, most famous students, billionaire Warren Buffett, they love to buy great companies at reasonable prices, and they really love to buy great companies at lower prices than what they are worth. And they both made millions to billions using this method of buying great companies for less than they cost. They basically they made $1 out of 15 cents. Actually, they paid 15 cents for a company that was worth $1, but nobody else didn't realize it. Nobody else stopped to do the math, and they found this company that everybody thought was worth 15 cents, and they somehow looked at the math and said this company is worth $1, and nobody realized it. And that's what we want to do in the stock market. We don't want to just go buy a stock because somebody tells us that. You want to buy companies that you really like, companies that you really enjoy, and you want to buy them at a decent price. And if you buy them high, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you really believe in the company, if it dips a little bit, it may be advantageous to buy it. And that's why I said I like to buy stocks when they are in the red, because I'll do my research and I find out what a company is worth, and I use that to tell me when I should buy a little or when I should buy a lot. Because if I like the stock anyway, I'm going to buy it. I'm not going to wait for a price. But when I realize that it's not being valued properly, when I find that shining star, that diamond in the rough, that's when I pounce. That's when I take my bankroll out and be like, all right, bow, I'm going to get me 5 to 10 shares of that. And I'm not even balling like that. But if I see that opportunity, I'm going to pounce on it. And that book value is one of the ways that you can actually make $1 out of 15 cents really easy. And that's a Tupac line, actually, so I like that.